I mean, it's all about perspective, right? You want peace. You want power. I've always heard that knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you grow. Those with the wisdom subjugate those that are blind. It's all about perspective, right? I mean, where's Antarctica on that as a muzzle? Equidistant, AE. You know, when you're looking down from that AE, you're looking down as a bird. And you see North America, South America, so-called Africa, Asia, Europe now. Just like the brother Urban Reed pointed out, man, see how close America and Asia really are. Look at the two-tip. Bang. Now we're always thinking, oh, to get to Europe, way over here. To get to Asia. But you see again how Prester John is king of the 3 Indias. 1 India, 2 India, 3. You see how they're connected. You see how you can rock. Now when we go with perspective, and we're trying to put ourselves in order, and we say, where's Antarctica? Oh, it's the wall that's surrounding you. An Antarctic treaty made by, 53 countries. Never been broke. No matter how many wars there's been, they never broke this treaty. None of these wars were important enough to break this treaty. To keep you inside the Middle Earth. But in the outside, you try to take your boat to any of these Antarcticas, your boat will be sunk if you were not invited. Not a part of a tourist group looking at isolated little islands of Antarctica. Not getting on this 200-foot high ice wall and making an exploration. Because if there was an explorer like an Admiral Byrd, Richard Byrd of today saying, man, I saw with my own eyes land the size of North America beyond the ice, beyond the Arctic of south of this Antarctica, that he saw another land the size of North America, untapped resources. That's when you say perspective. You know, this Japanese map, they say was made about 1,000 years ago, found in the caves of Japan. Has the same azo muzzle equidistant flat earth projection. The same one. This has been around for a long time. This is your real drop secret history. Not the Copernican, not what's being pushed in grade school. I mean, come on, man. If they're pushing it to kids, man, come on, man. If you got a globe in your classroom, man, I mean, come on, man. It's all about perspective. And again, we're just getting you ready, man. Everybody get back and to, continue our worlds beyond the poles and, get into some more stratospheric situations, man, with this celestial connected sky, sky areas, getting away from this globular isolated bodies, thinking everything's a globular isolated body. There's a bunch of globular isolated bodies, but it's actually the reverse. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. Now, outside of this Arctic wall, this will be the Arctic wall. All right, the same Arctic wall you were just looking at. So now you get into this wall, this Antarctic treaty, all surrounding here, a bunch of goons protecting the treaty, right? Because they don't want nobody exploring past this ice, because when you do, you find what? According to the Japanese, according to this explorer, this map made 1,000 years ago, beyond this ice, they found more Americas, more worlds. So as we get into this brand new series, welcome. 432. We're going to keep dropping it. This is what we do. Drop Nation. Love to you. Love to J Stu. Love to the crew. Love to everybody. I know everybody's excited, we're all excited about the 10 acres of land, you know what I'm saying? And, just the possibilities and how we're going to, keep stepping on. So just love to everyone, who's wished us well, everyone who sent positive energy to get us to this point. And yeah, we're going to keep rocking. So we're excited. We're excited. We're going to transition our way to that point. But now we have a point, a destination. And it feels great to be Drop Nation. And this is a brand new series. I'm going to call it the Chronicle of Akakor, El Dorado, Negro, City of Gold. This is part 1 of the Chronicle of Akakor. Now in Indiana Jones, the Crystal Skull. Go check that out so you can get some basis for this. You know what I'm saying? My wife's mother's in town. They're all from Trinidad and whatnot. We're watching this. It's one of our favorite movies, whatnot, Indiana Jones. It's a lot of drop in there. It's a lot of drop. And they start talking about a city called Akakor in Peru. And then I researched the Akakor, and it brought me to Akakor. And here we go. We're just getting our perspective. So instead of beyond this ice wall, they won't let nobody explore, right? So now they really have you trapped in Middle Earth. Beyond the ice, you just say, yo, I'm just saying, man, like, what's beyond the ice? What is our perspective when they found us here in a new world? I'll need you to get this into your head. We need to get perspective. Yeah, let me see if I can get a nice big one. That might be better. All right. When they got outside this ice wall, there are more worlds. When they blast off into outer space, but they can't get past the Van Allen belt. They can't get past the Van Allen belt. They still trying to work that out. When they blast off into outer space, what worlds do you think they go? Notice how the rockets never go straight up. They always start curving off until they go straight out like a plane. And they take them where? To more worlds. Mercury, Venus, Mars. All worlds, all worlds, all worlds beyond the poles. Perspective. When they found you, so-called Negro, they found you in a new world. They hadn't been to this little region yet. They hadn't been to this little region. This was another world. Before that, look on their little globes and worlds. This was their whole world. Then it expanded to all of this. What's next? What's next? They started with this. Then they found another world. Then they go beyond the ice. Beyond the ice. Beyond the ice. And you continue into another world. Now these worlds might have their own sun. I would think on an ice sheet like this, you have a sun that creates a, temperature to where a world can exist. And another world can have its own sun. I would think that each one of these have its own sun. But that's neither here nor there. We're just getting into part 1 of the Chronicle of Akakor, El Dorado, Negro City of Gold. And right quick, man, just to get our vibration right. Get this stuff out the way. All right. Just to get our vibration right, I want to first tell you fair use all up in your caboose bone. Just like that there. This is how we do it. Non-profit, criticism, fair use. You get it, you got it, get with it, or get left on like you already know. But yeah, man, let me kick it to this King Drain. King Drain, man, got the grains of wheat. He's bringing, man, the beautiful, vibration at all times, man. So, again, love to all the family that's just digging in there, man. Whether you're researching on your own or you're dropping it, you're surfing his way. Whether you are here or there, I just got a great comment from a brother in South Africa, man. Just appreciating the wave, man. And, I read you the one from the brother in UK. So, it's just real dope. And love to all y'all everywhere across the plane. You know what I'm saying? We rocking with everybody. And we make sure we keep y'all in mind and at heart. We know it's going down everywhere. We know we're all a product of a massive catastrophe. So we're not just, bigging up our side of things or this, and that. We're just bigging up reality. And the reality is the Most High Creator, Hawa, the Most High Creator, rocks with the whole perspective. I mean, and who knows if it goes on beyond the ice and beyond the ice and further than that, who knows? But when you talk creator, when a creator says promised land, when a creator says, hey, you're going to have lot of area, a lot of room to do whatever you need to do as a nation. You need to know that there are more worlds. What they call a world is just a piece of land that they just found. I mean, what does Morocco want all this too? Come on, man. Nah, man, love to y'all, man. So, yeah, what's beyond the ice, man? We're just in a small part of it here. And again, they just found us here in the new world. Fair use all up in your caboose. We about to get into this El Dorado. Yo, love the Turtle Gang, man. Dropped a whole episodic series of this 1982 joint, which is why we had to say fair use all up in your caboose. And yeah, man, go check out all that on your own, man. I did like a marathon on it, man. So much drop in this animated joint. You know how they hide drop in animations and comics and all that kind of stuff. So first, let's get to this drain. Let's get our vibration up. Let's check out this pink river flow. We are vibrating up, choosing up. Let go. Get your perspective. Bang. Stop. 14 seconds in. Now, let's go. I just showed you the Azle muzzle, equidistant, AE, map projection. Not the globe, but of a bird's eye view looking down. And you see Europe here, or Asia, North America. One more time. Let's get our perspective, yo. Nah, man, perspective is everything. I mean, if you are in any type of war, whether it's a psychological war, philosophical war, energetic war, frequency war, you need to know your orientation. You need to know if you're spinning or not, right? Right? And even psychologically, you need to know if you're spinning or not. If you're firm, fixed, and immovable, and you're standing still and firm, and you're planted, and you're established, Hawa, then you can look up with a perspective that is OG and original. We have North America connecting to Asia here. Now, I'm not sure exactly where this particular landmass, but you see how the perspective is and how that is possible. Right here, Asia. Right here, America. Connecting right here. Where else can it connect? Without that perspective, where would we be? Without our perspective, where would we be? So yeah, I like this. All right. Europe, North America, perspective. So when you had these Israelite kings and they're conquering Asia, and you talk about the Mazaka drop and all that, the Russes and the Picts going, all that. Europe, America. You conquer one, you conquer this, you here, you there. All right, so that's how you rock both continents. Let's go. Activate. Frequency. Frequency of the earth. Sakatra. Who is Prester John? We know very little. They have taught us very little. And so we're searching for a lot. Because there's a lot of questions. We need a lot of answers. Be patient with each other. Be patient with each other, man. Love the King. King Drain. I will be coming back to make a dismount. Another great drop here. Hey. Yeah, I mean, we'll get into some of that, man. Great work. At the dismiss out. Matter of fact, I'll just move this tab over here. Make sure we remember my homie King Drain. All right, here we go.
Put this up here. I'm not trying to jam no.
Hey, no jam up Joneses. Fair use, fair use. All right, man, let's go. All right. Let's get into it, man. Yeah. Love to Turtle Gang. This is incredible, man. Fall back. We're going to pretty much kick back. We're going to do, these are all like 20 minutes or so. So we're going to do one of these every time we do this series because it really is so much drop that they put in this particular series. So I don't know how he dug this out, but man. Let's get into it, man. This is just the intro of a new thing. As you know, we like to have different series around here. We like to keep it fresh, keep our water flowing. It helps with the, the continual flow of the classroom, so we can just be excited, about different things, all simultaneously. We don't have to do it too linear. Just do this or just do that. You know what I'm saying? We always connected, through the perspective of the creator. The perspective, So, again, they pulling up on a new world. Let's fall back. Let's check it out. Enjoy this and see what's dropped. You put out, leave a comment. And I'm just getting started researching this Akakor, El Dorado. So if y'all got some great links, send them in, man. Send some PDFs. I'll be revamping the library, this weekend, most likely, man. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nice, man. So just let's keep building. Let's keep building the things we doing. We got the land. We feeling good. Love to the tribe. Let's go.
It is the 16th century. From all over Europe, great ships sail west to conquer the new world, the Americas. The men eager to seek their fortune, to find new adventures in new lands. They long to cross uncharted seas and discover unknown countries, to find secret gold.
Do you just hear how this starts? I just showed you a perspective. These men eager to seek out some new stuff, find some new things, go somewhere they've never been before, find a new world. They just found a new world. What did Admiral Byrd say? In the 40s, we found another world. He said, if you keep going, you might find other worlds. Now nobody even thinks about exploring. Now it's taboo to mention anything against science and their god of gravity that they need to keep something spinning with water on it in a vacuum. You don't need gravity if you are in a firm, fixed, and immovable plane because you have density. You don't need things accounting for spinning at 1,100 miles per hour in a vacuum. Gravity, that's their god because you have to believe in it. It is a theory, not a law. It is a theory, not a law. Gravity is a theory, not a law. So you have to believe in it for it to exist. It is your god of your Baal, your Baal. They found you in a new world. They just came over to do what? Conquer. It is war. They came over to invade. America's been at war 93% of the time against you. Negro, City of Gold.
It is the 16th century. From all over Europe, great ships sail west to conquer the new world, the Americas. The men eager to seek their fortune, to find new adventures in new lands. They long to cross uncharted seas and discover unknown countries, to find secret gold on a mountain trail high in the Andes. They dream of following the path of the setting sun that leads to El Dorado and the mysterious cities of gold.
Children of the sun, see your time has just begun. Searching for your ways through adventures every day and night. With the condor in flight, with all your friends in tow, you search for the cities of gold. Wishing for the cities of gold. Someday we will find the cities of gold.
Oh, y'all think this is play? Hey, man, put on your rain boots, man, and get this drop. All right, so of course you see the eagle, you see the sun, the eagle, the sun. They're telling you pretty much that Egypt is here. And when you think Egypt is here, when we're talking about El Dorado and these cities, it sounds, a lot like, again, I'm just really getting into these cities of gold, and, El Dorado, I've been meaning to turn this corner. But it just pretty much sounds like the Atlantean Egypt situation. Now, people storing up a lot of gold and treasures and gold and gold and gold, even though we know whose gold it is. Now, when we see this eagle, you follow the eagle, you will see all of your captivity. So the cities of gold, those who are mining for gold, you can link that to the Anunnaki situation. You can link it to the Enlil Incas. You can link it to the, of course, Egypt. You can link it to all that fallen angel hijack that's going on here. Whose gold is it, though? They're storing it up. They're doing this, doing that. Whose gold is it, though? So, of course, we see the hijack get the drop.
The year 1532, Barcelona, Spain, in the rain.
1532.
Esteban, where are you going? You'll be soaked to the skin.
No, don't worry, I'm coming right back.
Oh, Lord, let him be spared the ills and the pains of this world. Fortunately, he has no idea how seriously ill Father Rodriguez is. Listen to me, all of you. I'll make you an offer, a wonderful offer. Sancho and I will be leaving tomorrow for the New World aboard the Esperanza to find the City of Gold.
Yes, the fabulous City of Gold.
Inside that city, everything is gold. The streets, the houses, even the roofs of the house.
Streets of gold.
Houses of gold? Oh, pure gold. Say, Pedro, in your fabulous city, is the beer made of gold, too? You'll get pretty thirsty. No, wait, listen, I meant what I said. Put up some money, invest in our adventure, and help us find the City of Gold.
Help us.
You'll get all your original money back 100 times over, 1,000 times.
That's right, 100 times, lots.
Yeah, in a couple of years' time, when the good ship Esperanza returns, her hold will be overflowing with gold. She'll be groaning under its weight. You understand? A mountain of gold as high as the mast.
I'd rather eat and drink all I
God today than sit and stare at an empty glass, dreaming about gold tomorrow I'll never see.
Well said. Dreams aren't for me either.
My friends, has anyone seen Esteban today? I've been looking for him everywhere.
Esteban? Huh? Esteban? No.
No, about this golden opportunity, huh? All that gold?
I know that Esteban often comes here to listen to the stories of your voyages.
I've never known it to rain for so long in Barcelona.
The child of the sun will have to do something. What? Who's this child of the sun? What are they talking about?
My friends, this is very serious. The festival to honor the fleet's departure is due to take place soon, and he's the only person who can help us.
Esteban,
yes.
We must get him to ask the sun to shine. Esteban can make it
The
shine.
great city of Barcelona is prepared to give a reward to anyone among you who will help me find the young Esteban.
They need this kid to make the sun come out. The child of the sun, because the sun somehow comes out when he wants it to. This is the state these people were in when they found you, so-called Negro. They were praying just to see the sun once a year or so. What kind of life and vitamin D is that? What happens to you then? Look how frantic they are to find this kid so they can see the sun.
Find him and you'll receive a whole piece of gold.
Gold. Let's find him. Let's find the young lad.
Hey, wait a minute. Tell me, just who is this mysterious Esteban?
He is an orphan boy who has been brought up by Father Rodriguez, the dean of the cathedral.
All I know is I don't know anything.
Let's find this boy.
Sancho, did you hear?
Go, peace.
Hey, wait for us! Wait for us! Wait for us!
A gold piece. You can come out of your hiding place, little lad. It's just you and me here now. So this is young Esteban, the child of the sun.
How did you know I was hiding back there?
I saw you. It was easy. You were perched up on that barrel listening to the men tell their stories.
Are you going to turn me in for a piece of gold?
Turn you in, me? Don't worry, lad. I have no intention of doing that. I don't betray people, and certainly not for a miserable piece of gold.
The city of gold they were talking about, do you think it really exists?
Oh, yes, it exists.
Well, then you must know where it is.
If only I could be sure. The trouble is that no one has ever succeeded in. You? Is it really you? Wait! Esteban, wait! A little while ago, someone mentioned Father Rodriguez, the dean of the cathedral.
Father Rodriguez. You must rest, Father Rodriguez. Do not trouble yourself. They have gone to find Esteban and bring him back here to you.
They must not be angry with him. He's only a boy so full of life. He needs to run around a little.
That's true. He's a bit wild, but he has a sweet nature.
I want to speak to Esteban. I really must speak to him now before it's too late. Oh, Esteban, Esteban.
Yes, Father.
Hey! What is this? Oh! Oh! That's enough. You're tickling me.
There he is. There he is. Esteban! Esteban, come down at once.
No, you come up and get me.
Let me go! You have no right to!
Well, Esteban, it would seem that you don't want to take part in the city festival.
Don't! Let me alone! Let me go! You have no right to! Let me go! You're all bad! All of you! Whoever gave you the idea that I can make the sun come out?
Come, Esteban, be a good boy to please me. Look, Her Majesty the Queen is on the balcony.
You can ask all you like. It's not going to make the sun come out.
Take a good look at her, Captain Perez. That is the girl I told you about.
Yes, that's the Inca girl, Commander Gomez. That's the one we're after, Little Zia. They say she can understand the writings of the Incas.
Yes, Governor Pizarro is depending very heavily on...
All right, so they got kidnapped Negroes in real life, right? They got this other child of the sun who is probably a Negro in real life. They're begging for the sun to come out. They're just begging. They're torturing this kid just to see the sun. Now watch how this all ties together.
Mendoza will take care of everything. The plan will be carried out to the letter.
Mendoza?
Yes, Commander. He is the ideal man for this sort of work. He will do anything for gold.
Oh, no! No, stop it! Stop! No, stop! I'm getting dizzy! It's too high up here! I'm frozen! Take me down! I want to get down! My head is spinning! Take me down!
Come now, Esteban. Don't be stubborn. Ask the sun to shine. Esteban, come on. Call on the sun, Esteban.
Let me down!
Come on.
Go on, Esteban.
No, I don't want it to. I want it to rain. Let it go on raining. Buckets of rain, barrels of rain. I don't want it ever to stop raining. Take me down. Wait, before I get struck by lightning. Oh. I wish I understood.
Bring the boy down quickly. Father Rodriguez is worse and wants him.
What? Oh no, Father Rodriguez! Father, oh Father!
Esteban, and you say that the rain stopped?
Yes.
Oh, Esteban, I have always known that you are not a child like the other children.
Father, I don't know what you mean.
Esteban, I must tell you a great secret before it is too late. Listen carefully to what I say.
Oh?
Some 12 years ago, Magellan returned from a voyage round the world. When his fleet was sailing in the Pacific Ocean, a storm sprang up suddenly.
Look over there! That ship is sinking! Help! Help me! Help! There's a man of water!
We should rescue him.
How can we? We're having enough trouble keeping ourselves afloat.
Look there! Someone's jumped to the rescue!
Who is the mad fool?
I've no idea.
Who jumped into the sea couldn't save that man, but he did save a little baby. That baby, Esteban, was you. After you were saved, the great Magellan himself took you in his arms. And a miracle happened. The storm subsided and the sun came out as if in answer to your smile.
That is the boy I rescued. Without a doubt, it is the same child.
Esteban, my boy, God has given you this strange power. You must only use it to help those who really need it in a new world. Never forget.
Esteban. Don't be afraid. My name is Mendoza. This is the moment, Esteban, when you need to take the greatest decision of your life. The time has come for you to leave Barcelona. Your father was a brave man. He wouldn't have hesitated.
What? Do you know Father Rodriguez?
I meant your real father, the man who held you and gave you to the sailor who jumped into the sea. I was that man, Esteban.
Oh.
See, here is the proof.
What? You mean that?
Look. This is the other half of that medallion you always wear. I had no right to do so, but I took it after I saved you, you see. Oh, hold on. I'm not going to give it to you just like that.
But it's mine.
For over 10 years, I've been making inquiries about that medal. And I'm almost certain that it came originally from one of the fabulous cities of gold.
The mysterious cities of gold?
That's right, boy. I even believe that your father, too, must have come from one of those cities, over there in the New World in the west, beyond the ocean. Well, are you going to make that decision and come along with me, Esteban, my boy?
Well, to go where? I don't know where they are, the cities of gold.
Esteban, nobody knows. We will be the first to find them. Besides, though I told you that your father disappeared among the waves after I'd saved you, it is just possible that he managed to survive.
What? Do you really think my father's still alive?
He could be living somewhere over there across that vast ocean. Look here, I'm the navigator for Governor Pizarro's fleet. Tomorrow we set sail for the New World. If you're willing, I can arrange for you to come along with us. If you think that you have got the courage to face such a long sea crossing, we'll leave tomorrow.
You mean leave tomorrow, just like that?
Remember what Father Rodriguez told you. You should use the special powers you have got to help others in the New World, Esteban. What do you say? Tonight I will wait for you at the quayside.
Goodbye, Father. Now you won't need me anymore.
Still not here. He's not coming. In a couple of hours, it'll be dawn. You made the right decision, Esteban. Climb aboard. Go on.
It's all right. They're all sleeping like dogs.
You would take a gunshot to wake them up.
We gave them enough wine. They should sleep all night long. Follow me, Esteban. We will cast off in a few hours. Hide here. Once we're at sea, I will come and get you. Then they can't put you ashore.
All right.
Till then.
What was that? Anybody there? You!
Esteban was hiding on board the Esperanza when it set sail for the New World. With him on board the ship are Zia, a young Indian girl, and Mendoza, a mysterious man who they say is only interested in gold. Will Esteban be discovered and arrested as a stowaway? Find out in the next episode of The Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Esteban in the story has set out to find the cities of gold. Nearly 600 years ago, European explorers searched everywhere in the New World of America for the same golden cities. In those days, they believed in a place called El Dorado, a fabulous kingdom of gold which they thought was hidden somewhere in the mountains. The idea was based on a chance find of some gold nuggets and almost fairy tale stories they'd heard from the Indians. Centuries later,
a city hidden in the mountains. Now, people, my people, where do you come from? Cities in the mountains. What's the 1828 definition of American in the Noah Webster dictionary? The copper color races found here by the Europeans. So they're talking about a European conquest or invasion. We know we already been digging with all this with Columbus, the Moor, the this, the that, the this. So we got perspective, man. We got perspective. So we're just talking cities in the mountains. So, hit me with the drop that you got from that. I tried to just let it rock. You know what I mean? Let's get this last bit.
When the quest for El Dorado had been long forgotten, vast ruins of mysterious ancient cities were discovered hidden deep in the mountains. El Dorado may have come from a different legend. Not about a golden kingdom, but about a man of gold. There was a king who lived in the mountains, so the story goes, who on a certain night covered his whole body in gleaming gold and plunged into a sacred lake, covering its waters with a film of pure gold dust, while from the lakeside his people threw in more offerings of emeralds and precious stones. Stories like these sent fortune seekers from Europe deeper and deeper into the heart of the continent to hunt for gold. But for the natives, their god was the sun. Their constant prayer was that it should always rise again tomorrow and shine on them just as it had today. In some places, they would even offer human sacrifices to their god of the sun.
All right. Now, you remember what Teach was dropping about the guy, what they call him, Shemash? And then you got the Chemash. So now, we're talking about Atlantis. We're talking about Egypt. We're talking about all that energy here. We're getting the babies out the bathwater. We're doing our best to suffer through these. And man. But nothing could prepare us for the worst of the heathen. The last of these invasions, man, I tell you. You talk about wipeout. Wipeout. Negro, you've been wiped out. You know that scene in Men in Black? When, put the, little instrument up. I don't know what it's called. But it's zap, and then you got no memory. Yeah, man, that's you, man.
Choose the most beautiful of the young girls who they first drugged and then killed. But nevertheless, they seem to have been able to build their great cities of gold in places all...
Man, same tune. They always paint these people as savages, the worst. They drugged women and did this, and their guy Cuzco got drunk off of wine and raped a girl and left. But is that the indigenous truth? The indigenous truth, that's just how it got down. You know what I mean? So, when they're painting it this way, just to say, oh, okay, well, that's why it's okay to come get their gold. That's why the so-called Negroes in the hood, you know what I'm saying, just chilling in Chicago, trying to figure it out. I mean, love to all my fam, man. That's in every part of this wave. Regardless, we're all on the wave. Either you're resisting the wave, you know, or you're surfing it. You know what I'm saying? So we're just learning to be the water, to keep flowing. So love to the family, young. Love to the OGs. Love to everybody, man, that made me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. So we're doing this together. We're doing this out of love. And we're combining all this, man, even if it seems, oh, okay, well, you know, what's this? You know what I'm saying? You saw how spirit science plays. So let's see how this plays. And yeah, all right. So Negro, you've been wiped out. Where's your goal? Now you just in the hood chilling, trying to get rims and shit. You want to still shine. You want shiny things. Now you want to rock the gold. Where's your gold? Why are you paying for it? It's yours. Where's your gold?
Almost impossible to find. Will Esteban ever get to see them? You will have to wait to find out.
All right, man. So like I said, man.
Children of the sun,
See?
your time has just begun. Searching for your ways through adventures every day and night. With the condor in flight, with all your friends in tow, you search for the cities of gold.
Cities of gold, children of the sun, right? So, all right. We got perspective, man. We got perspective. It is all good. We can, zoom out and get perspective right quick, then zoom back in. And when they say, oh, we just found a new world we're going to conquer, what do you think they want to do to this world? What about this world? What about that world? What about this, and that world? They want to conquer all this. Thoth wants it all. They all want it all. All right, let's just go, man. This is just, you know what I'm saying? We just getting used to things. Yeah, love to my sisters, love to my brothers. We just talking Guatemala. We just talking Peru. We just talking Guatemala. I think there's a reference somewhere in there to, you know, these, you know, I'm just gonna call it's hijacked. Not because they want to be hijacked, but because they're being proxied as hijacked. And oh yeah, these are the original people that did this. And you saw that, you know, classic Native American image. When you just Google Afro Guatemala, then you see what the Guatemalans look like, what these people look like, whose gold they're digging on. Man, you talking about Guatemala, you talk about Guatemala, you talk about Guatemala. Look, man, this is Miss Guatemala. All right, you got Miss Guatemala. What year was that? 2004. That's Miss Guatemala. That's another picture. All right, Miss Universe, Miss Guatemala, 2004. That's what Guatemala look like. We just talking Guatemala, man. All you see is, you know, all right. So, if this is what Guatemala look like, man, they got blackface. They don't care, right? If this is what Guatemala look like, this is what Peru look like. This is what South America look like. Get the picture? This is what Europe look like. Asia look like. Get the picture? We all getting it. It's getting clear. So I want to turn my attention to this Tatunka Nara. All right, so let's look at this, you know. Fall back in the classroom, whether you're in the back of the class or the front. We're doing a positive thing here, man. We could be in the streets. Trust me. You know, man, we could be doing a lot of things, man. So you seeing, you know, folks being positive, you know, researching it and just, you know, growing the way we're doing it, man. And you got something against that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's keep being positive. You know, do your positive thing. We're doing our positive thing. You see us doing positivity, not negativity. Don't come over here judging our positivity. Talking about, oh man, I just don't like the way y'all doing y'all positivities. I don't like the way you're doing your positive thing. Don't make it about that. You know what I mean? Go do your positive thing. We all are building, we're doing it in the frequency. So big up your brothers and sisters when you see them on a positive road that can only get better and stronger. When you see them, you're doing, groundbreaking and cutting edge flow. When you see them flowing that way, support it, man. So I just give all praise to the Creator for all of my brothers and sisters, that we've been able to communicate with and combine energy along this journey. And, take a special appreciation. Let me just take a moment, man, to just give so much love to the tribe, man, that's been, getting that indigenous truth in real time, separating in real time, building in real time. Man, I mean, everyone that's been on this journey, man, just know that we've been witnessing the real, flow, when it gets to separation, when it gets to, those that are making really, really tough calls and really tough decisions that no one else can, bat an eye, no one else can ignore, So we are all coming together right now, man. And I just want to take this time to give love to, Jay and Camellia and Mario and Shalise, man, to the wonderful Vanessa Perkins for, their time and effort, man, and everything to do it for us, to come together for us, So them doing that enabled us to, rally together and, get our refuge, in real time, without any other, shuffleball change, but just in real time. And, to be able to strike the way we struck, all praise the Creator, and, love to the tribe, love to the crew, and love to you. So, I just want to take that, man, because, people need to know that they're appreciated and that, this is all a connected energy as we are researching the city of gold. The real alchemy is you. I mean, let me just get to it before, this turns into a part 15. It's not a theory. My people, you're not a theory. I'm not just going off on some rant, man, because what I'm talking about is the alchemy. When I mention Jay Stu, man, when I mention Mario, when I mention the family, that is the alchemy. You are the gold. You're the city of gold. You produce it. You are it. So, everything we do, man, is connecting back to hey, wah. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get all that, in tune and in touch. Let that be the goal. Let that be the glory. Let that be the peace. Do it for the whole. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you're doing it, no matter how many mistakes you got to make, do it, man. Let that be the message. So I love y'all. Real talk, real spill. You know what I mean? Real spillionaire. Tatunka nara. It sounds great. But this guy's just some German dude, who's been, out in Peru, out in, these Andes, he pretty much says, he's applied for his Indian, whatever, so he got an Indian card and all this kind of stuff, so he got all this, snowball, rolling with this City of Gold situation, connecting to this, we're going to get him in a minute, this Braggins, or what was it here? Do I got it up? Oh, here we go. Carl Brugger, Braggins, Brugger. So this Chronicle of Akakor, or Akakor. So, we're going to, see what the foundation is, because clearly it's not coming out of nowhere. They're going to talk about how this is connected to all this, legend. So he kind of bottled it up and kind of gave it a hot line, a hot spin, whatever the case is. So, but within that spin, we're going to find that drop. We're going to try to connect that to some other recon that we're going to do. So let me get back to this Tatunkanara. So what does Wikipedia say? What does Wiki say? Personal life in the late 1980s. German's federal crime police officer confirmed that Tatunkanara was born Gunther Hock in Coburg, Bavaria, and disappeared in the early 1960s due to financial difficulties. So right away, they just, gonna dagger this dude, man, whoever he is, man. But, he's bringing out this Akakor. So, yeah, I find it interesting when Wikipedia does that, you know what I'm saying, without starting off with, this is who this person is, this is who he ain't. He just gonna go right into, man, this dude, man, he's a fraud. All right, maybe he is. He probably is. I saw pictures of him. He's definitely not no brother. So he's like, some German. Oh, here we go right here. 1990, German adventurer. Okay, Rudiger Neberg and film producer Wolfgang Brock tricked Tutunka to take them on an expedition during which his story began to unravel. The result was an hour-long documentary, Das Geheimnis des Tutunka. All right, so immediately when you start looking up this stuff on YouTube, when you start looking up the name Carl Brugger, you're going to get nothing but Spanish. So if you speak Spanish, it's my bad, man. I need some tea. Y'all still ain't made me no tea. Been waiting on my tea. Carl Brugger. When you research Carl Brugger, you're going to get nothing but, everything in Spanish. And that's what got me like, man, Spanish is so crucial into, getting so much drop because, as you know, so much is written in Spanish from the Conquistador, all these manuscripts like that. Either way, when you research the Americas, man, knowing Spanish is critical. And this is when I really kind of hit that wall where I was like, wow, all this research and I can't speak Spanish. But my man Francisco, love to you, man. Yo, I know you can drop this all day, so, I'll pass that baton to you. But when you recon Carl Brugger and this Tutunkanara, you get this documentary, and apparently, I guess they feel like they call him slipping with his story a little bit. But again, where's the drop? What's the drop? Is it all bullshit that's coming from Tutunkanara? So, they got some more stuff on them. Let's see. Tutunka. Where we at? Oh, no. Yeah, we did that. Okay, boom. A deluded German and 3 dead bodies. All right. So, I don't know, man. I'm not quick to call this Tutunka. Clearly he's a hijack, but it seems like they really are slicing and dicing his character, like right off the bat, his reputation right off the bat, which leads me to know that there's a foundational legend that they just want to body. Like they want to body the whole thing, even the German man. So since a German man claims to be an Indian chief in the Amazon rainforest, his tales of El Dorado even impressed Steven Spielberg and Jacques Cousteau. His tales would be harmless if there weren't 3 unsolved deaths connected to his fantasy world. All right. So they saying, man, in the late 1960s, a man turned up in the Brazilian state of Acre, deep in the Amazon region. He was wearing a loincloth and a feather, carrying a bow, and claimed he was Tutunkanara, chief of the Unga Mangulala. All right, so we're going to hear about this Unga Mangalala. You know what I'm saying? I got the doc. So I'm going to pull it up in a minute. And, this was, straight from Tutunka, when he was, breaking down his stuff. Now, you're going to get it right away. You're going to feel Thoth around it right away. You're going to get these ascended master talking on these ascended masters. And you're talking about pyramids. I mean, you got to already know you're dealing with that. You're dealing with Atlantis. You're dealing with that same system. So since no one had ever heard of an Indian tribe with that name, because it's hijacked. But what's the drop? In addition, the man bore no resemblance whatsoever to an Indian. He was white. He was white and spoke with a strong French accent. All right, so you already know what you're dealing with. So he said he had inherited the accent from his mother, explaining that she was a German nun who had been taken by the Indians. His people, he said, lived in an underground city called Akakor, and that German was one of the languages, or German was one of the languages spoken there, a byproduct of an offspring of 2,000 Nazi soldiers who had once traveled up the Amazon in U-boats. His story would have raised eyebrows everywhere, but outlandish stories are not uncommon in the Amazon region, so no one paid much attention to Tatunka Nara. Otherwise, he made a friendly impression, and nothing much would have come of his appearance if it hadn't come to the attention of Karl Brugger, a correspondent with Germany's ARD television network at the time. He visited Tatunka Nara, so this is really happening. So this is this white boy German who claims to be an Indian, who's, kind of packaging this story with his recon of this city of gold. You know what I mean? So then he's kind of providing, these tourist, situations, and providing these visits. People are coming up missing. Now, that don't mean the city ain't there. It just means that however they're going about it ain't on the, on the skinny. It ain't on the one. It ain't on the one. James Brown be like, on the one. Get on the one. Everything got to be on the one. It ain't on the one. The music don't start if it ain't on the one. On the one, man. So everybody get on the one. He visited Tatunka Nara and Menasseh and recorded his story on 12 audio tapes. Brugger called it the most unusual story I have ever heard. It was a tale of extraterrestrial visitors or fallen angels, secret rites of the ancient fathers, and incursions of the white barbarians. White barbarians. All described copiously and in great detail and without interruption from the year 0 to the present. All right, so dodge the hijack, timelines, year 0, who's year 0? One fallen angel timeline of year 0 is not the creator's timeline of year 0. An ancient does not mean it's righteous. An ancient thing, people say, oh, what's older? This is older than that. When has older ever meant better? Something is older doesn't mean it's better. What philosophy is that? I mean, you're talking about wine. What are you talking about? But, this older is better, situation. Tell an alchemist older is better. An alchemist will continue to purify the substance, to separate and put that pressure on it. It's a continuing process. If odor is better, that means you're stale. That means nothing is moving. You're not moving water. Moving water never says older water is better. Moving water, flow. But the old and young used to have a flow. The old wise would, flow into the youth, and the youth would flow into the older or the wise. Now it's a older is better. And what does that do to the youth? It limits what they got now because they think, oh, I got to get older to get it. Let them be. Let them shine. Crystallize them. It says white barbarians, white barbarians. It says even more surprisingly was the fact that Brugger's book, The Chronicles of Akakor, enjoyed a certain level of success. All right, so he wrote a whole book called The Chronicle of Akakor. That's what we're going to be dropping. In New Age circles, Tatunka stories were studied as if they were the Dead Sea Scrolls. They include, all right, so this is very important literature in the study of this particular series, The Chronicle of Akakor, El Dorado, Negro, City of Gold. This is part 1. So I wanted to start right here with the most influential story. All right, so, they call him a fake, a fraud, or this, a murderer, whatever the case is. But what is he hiding? What's the thing? What's the drop he got? Why do they want to body him so quickly? Throw his body over the boat, overboard. The Tunka stories were studied as if they were the Dead Sea Scrolls. He was very influential with this story. Very influential. Now, of course, we just got, you know what I'm saying, from the homie Turtle Gang. You know, that whole drop, you know what I'm saying? So they been on this El Dorado tip. It didn't just start with Tatunka. You know what I mean? It didn't just start here in the 70s, clearly. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't invent El Dorado. This stuff been going down. Been going down. These stories, you know, you saw how they were sitting around getting excited about gold and the sun. Oh, the sun might come out. We might find some gold. They're excited about gold and sun. Gold and sun. You were bathing in sun and bathing in gold. So-called Negro. Wake up. Wakey, wakey. Eggs and turkey baggy. Eggs and veggie baggy. Let go. The Tunka stories were studied as if they were the Dead Sea Scrolls. They included lines like 5 empty days. 5 empty days at the end of the year are dedicated to worshiping our gods. 5 empty days at the end of the year are dedicated to worshiping our gods. Hijack City, right? So you see where we're going. Oceanographer Jacques Cousteau hired Tatunka as a guide when he explored the region with his boat. The Calypso in 1993, the 2008 adventure film Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Like I said, I was watching that with, you know, Mom Dukes, man. And yeah, that's when all this jumped out, man. It's Akakor, they call it Akakor. Right here it says, is about a sunken city in Amazon called Akakor. So the whole movie, this Indiana Jones, is all about Akakor, which is really Akakor, and an Indian tribe called Uga Mangulala, which is really, you know, Israel, which is really your indigenous tribes here, which is really your indigenous autochthon, whatever you want to call it, tribes here. The action figure for the film is dressed in a loincloth and a feather. Does the original exist? Is Tatunka alive? This reporter recently traveled to Brazil in an effort to find the legendary man. All right. The Almirante Esvedo II, a river streamer, has been traveling up and down the Rio Negro, the Black River, the river of the Black Negro, the so-called black, the copper-colored Negro, for more than 30 years. The trip upstream from Manaus to Barcelona takes 35 hours. A journey through black waters turned acidic by decaying vegetation. Wow. It is the rainy season and the rainforests are flooded, transforming the Rio Negro into a vast watery network of tributaries and putrid swamps. Alright, so they want to act like this Rio Negro is all about this acidic, dark, black water, when we know what the real indigenous tribe behind the Negro River is. Negro, so-called Negro. But they want to make you just about a swamp. They want to turn you into shit. They can't even let you have a river. Raimundo Azevedo, the captain, is squatting next to a stack of tires on the lower deck, having his back massaged by a physical therapist who came on board at some point. When asked about Tatunka, he says, the Indian from Germany? Of course I know him. Everyone on the river knows him. Of course he's still alive, as long as no one shot him last week. The Almirante Azevedo II has traveled through the inky black night in a bubble consisting of the sounds of water rushing past and the numbing chug of its diesel engine, sounds reflected by the wall of rampant, tangled vegetation along the riverbank. Captain Azevedo puts on a shirt and hauls himself up the stairs to upper deck to play cards. Sinister rumors. The few dozen passengers are lying in their hammocks, packed together like sausages. A said it like sausages. I love to all my East Coast family, man. In a smokehouse, a Pentecost Christian crosses himself in praise while the boy next to him is engrossed in pictures. So, pictures of veggies on his mobile phone. It seems each person has a different way of starting out the day. To the captain who has heard about Tatumka's jungle fortress says, no one dares go there because he has installed booby traps and attached guns to trees. No one knows where he is what he's hiding there. An occasional shrieking noise can be heard as the boats slide past the shore. This is all them looking for this white German called Indian. All right, so here's a quote. There was a German who wrote a book from Tatumka, says the captain. He even had a turtle tattooed over his heart, just like Tatumka. They killed him in Rio. The bullet went straight into the turtle, adds Lucio, a fat taxi driver with a piece of his elbow sticking out of his wrist, the result of a motorcycle accident. But that wasn't Tatumka, maybe not. The riverboat creeps up the river, pushing its way through prehistoric organic matter, and the longer it evades drifting tree trunks and floating islands, the more the group discusses rumors about the German living upstream, and the more sinister they become. Some bones were found 7 years ago, says Lucille. Long bones. It was no Amazonian, probably a German. Tatumka killed him, says Lucille, to gain access to his money and his wife. That's what people say, but Tatumka says it wasn't him. Maybe not. They say he's on the run from the police in his country, says the captain. But now Tatumka must be well into his 70s, and yet the captain's notes, he is still strong and fit. He hates gringos. So he's a white German that hates gringos. Let's go. Let's surf the wave. Says another man. He paused for a moment, look at the others, and says, you're gringos. The shore glides by, empty and yet promising. A shadow occasionally slips out of the water. One of the pink dolphins, native to the Rio Negro, which are said to go on land at night and impregnate women. All right. German adventurer Rutger Negbug also encountered this white Indian Tatumka Nara during the expedition among the Yanomami or Yanomami Indians. The two men hated each other at first sight and accused each other of lying, murder, and delusion. Their mutual animosity apparently persists to this day. Tatumka wants to personally drown me in the Rio Negro, Redberg wrote in an email in May. All right, so there's, talking about, these people coming up missing and the lure of the Amazon and, these different things. But, it says El Dorado, it's supposed to be up by the 2 mountain peaks above the waterfall. Up by the 2 mountain peaks. So they're saying this is what? 12, 13, 14,000 feet high above sea level. And this is the city of gold. Way, way up by the 2 mountain peaks above the waterfall. Now, what are they finding there up in the Andes? What's locking around the Andes right about now?
What you're about to watch here are unidentified underwater anomalies that I have found using Google Earth. Now, these anomalies are up in the high Andes Mountains of Peru, 14,000 feet and above. And what you're going to see are something that looks like either buildings, cities, possibly some weird reflection that gives you some computer anomalies. But it really brings forth the idea that there is possibly something that is in the Andes Mountains that we need to look at. And I found that in the the year 2000, the Akakor expedition team found a temple under Lake Titicaca. BBC Online article in 2000 states in part, the ruins of an ancient temple have been found by international archaeologists under Lake Titicaca, the world's highest lake. The lake has long drawn fascination with various...
Now, didn't it say up by the two mountain peaks of the waterfall? Now you got the world's highest lake. Let's get that again.
The lake has long drawn fascination with various legends around it, including one of an underwater city called Wanaku. Under Lake Titicaca, the world's highest lake.
The world's highest lake.
The lake has long drawn fascination with various legends around it, including one of an underwater city called Wanaku, and another of Inca gold lost by the Spanish. The Incas also regarded the lake as the birthplace of their civilization, and in their myth, the children of the sun emerged out of the waters. Other stories, like one written by a German journalist, Karl Brugger, for the Chronicles of Akakor.
Again, that's Karl Brugger, Chronicles of Akakor, and we'll be getting that in a minute.
State that in 1943, as the Germans lost the war, many of them escaped to South America and have actually developed sites underground using some of the same caves of the ancient cities that had been around this area. To add to this, one of the interesting things is the comments that Nikola Tesla, who developed AC current, and some of his technology, which was not embraced by the United States, was actually being developed in these underground cities. So that maybe we have an answer here of why we're seeing UFOs. Folks, a lot of this is all hearsay, so what I want you to do is to look at the facts that we are seeing something here in these lakes, and what I'm trying to find out is what is it that we're looking at? Doesn't the satellite image of Machu Picchu look similar to some of those underwater pictures you just looked at? I have on the creatorsdream.com website more detailed photographs and more information. If you would, please go take a look and see what you think.
All right, Machu Picchu's high mountain, cities, lakes, water. You got the highest lake. People like, how you get water on your mountain? Water is everywhere. Everywhere. Let's go. This is what they're finding. I know this is in español. Me entiendes poquito español. Just a tiny bit, man. But just check out, this is some of the underwater, footage that they are digging on. So even if we cannot comprende máximo. All right, let's go.
Sommersa sulle Ande nel lago.
I see it say Atlantide. It's Atlantis, man. So we are talking Atlantis, which means we're talking Thoth and their ascended masters. We're about to get that.
Titicaca, 3 reperti, un idolo d'oro di 40 kg. Alla ricerca di Atlantide, una spedizione italiana con 2 veronesi e 5 lecchesi potrebbe avere scoperto la mitica civiltà scomparsa in Sud America. Hanno compiuto infatti sensazionali scoperte nel lago Titicaca in Bolivia. Vediamo. La testa dell'idolo è a 43 metri di profondità. Siamo nel lago Titicaca, Bolivia, quota 4.000 sulle Ande. Il sub appartiene ad una spedizione archeologica che si è mossa dall'Italia, da Verona.
Yeah, that's a brother for sure. That is a brother for sure.
Archeologica che si è mossa dall'Italia, da Verona e Lecco. Dopo diverse trasferte, questa è la volta buona. Il gruppo ha fatto scoperte sensazionali che hanno guadagnato le prime pagine dei giornali sudamericani. Hanno scoperto una civiltà che risale a 5-6 mila anni prima di Cristo, quando secondo gli storici nel mondo i giornali sudamericani hanno scoperto una civiltà che risale ad una spedizione.
That look like the Olmec, man, with the like a headpiece. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the Olmec heads in South America, really everywhere, on Earth, there's Olmecs popping up all over the place, man. So that is land rights, people.
spedizione archeologica che si è mossa dall'Italia, da Verona e Lecco. Dopo diverse trasferte, questa è la volta buona. Il gruppo ha fatto scoperte sensazionali che hanno guadagnato le prime pagine dei giornali sudamericani. Hanno scoperto una civiltà che risale a 5-6 mila anni prima di Cristo, quando secondo gli storici nel mondo c'erano soltanto piccoli villaggi, molto prima delle piramidi.
Quest'anno noi abbiamo dimostrato con delle scoperte, delle immagini, dei reperti che abbiamo portato in superficie che comunque c'erano queste civilizzazioni e bisognerà rivedere un attimo tutte le identificazioni delle culture e le datazioni soprattutto.
If you speak Spanish and if he drops some drop, please leave a comment. Let go.
Sono stati recuperati e affidati al governo boliviano 42 reperti archeologici, molti dei quali in buono stato. Ma il bello deve ancora venire, perché a quota 80 metri di profondità, là dove l'uomo non può scendere, il robot ha scoperto tracce di una città sommersa. Strade, muri, addirittura un altare del sacrificio. L'immagine non è chiara, ma questo è un idolo d'oro di 60 cm e 40 kg di peso. È ancorato al fondo, il sospetto è che sia l'aguglia di un tempio e che sotto il limo ci sia ben altro. Sono stati rapporti di amicizia con gli indos locali a permettere la scoperta.
Siamo soprattutto di culture molto diverse. Invece il nostro archeologo Eduardo Pareggia, boliviano, è riuscito a fare un bellissimo lavoro con loro, si è comunicato molto bene con loro e perciò siamo stati molto più coinvolti da loro.
Un'esperienza a livello umano molto forte.
If you speak Spanish and if she drops some drop, please leave a comment, man. Yo, so you see, you know what I mean? You know, these... This is not play. These are expeditions after expedition after expedition after expedition. It's really interesting how it's damn near impossible to find anything in English about this stuff on YouTube when you dig up and put in Akakor, enter on YouTube. You're gonna see nothing but everything in Spanish, and it's almost like they really are trying to hide it from the general population of what's really here. But you know. The Spaniards are well informed, and the so-called Negro is not.
Forte, molto toccante anche, e si è visto come la gente a quelle altitudini, a quelle quote, riesce a trovare motivi e appigli di sussistenza che difficilmente si potrebbero immaginare da noi, insomma.
Hanno trovato l'Eldorado? No, forse qualcosa di ancora più straordinario, la mitica Atlantide. Sì, perché i collegamenti ci sono. 6.000 anni fa il Titicaca era profondo 100 metri di meno. La città era sulla sponda, poi è finita sott'acqua, dando origine forse al mito della civiltà sommersa. Hanno trovato foglie di coca boliviana nelle tombe dei faraoni. Sulle Ande ci sono invece iscrizioni di vichinghi con la barba. Se Europa e Sud America avessero avuto veramente contatti prima di Colombo, sarebbe spiegato perché il primo a parlare di Atlantide fu Platone. Un altro dato che incuriosisce, gli spagnoli chiamavano Atlantico il Titicaca.
Bang. Again, if you speak Spanish, you get it. So, you know, you see everything, man. I don't care what it is, man. It's all going to be in Espanol, and that's dope. Because we are Drop Nation. We are nationwide. We are, you know, plane to plane to plane. We are connected in all these planes. Wherever we are, this is Drop Nation. This should be our logo. You know what I'm saying? This is Drop Nation. So rock with it. Flow with it. And, you know, as promised, as we make our dismount, we'll get much more of this next time. You know, right quick, let's get in this, right? The search for El Dorado, lost city of gold, 400 years. Treasure hunters and historians alike have searched for El Dorado, the lost city of gold. The idea of a city filled with gold and other riches has natural appeal, drawing the attention of individuals from all over the world in hopes of discovering the ultimate treasure and an ancient wonder. In spite of numerous expeditions around all of Latin America, the city of gold remains a legend and no physical evidence to substantiate its existence. All right? The origins of El Dorado come from legendary tales of the Mu tribe, right? Muska, following two migrations, one in 1270 BC and one in 800 and 500 BC. All right, so these are tales from this tribe, the Muska tribe. Interesting. I never really heard of that, so I want to recon that later. Come on. Get over here. Scorpion this tribe right quick. Alright. Following 2 migrations, 1 and 9. So, these are the migrations. A pattern of the Muisca tribe occupied the Cunimarca and Boyaca areas of Colombia. According to legend, as written in Juan Rodriguez, Rod is road, road is island, Rhode Island, Rod, road. But let's go. Juan Rodriguez, Frailes, El Carnero, the Muisca practiced a ritual for every newly appointed king that involved gold dust and other precious treasures. When a leader was appointed, many rituals would take place before he took his role as king. During one of these rituals, the new king would be brought to Lake Cutavita, where he would be stripped naked and covered in gold dust. So that's connected to what that other drop was saying. All right, so he would be placed upon a highly decorative raft along with his attendants, and piles of gold and precious stones, and the raft would be sent out in the center of the lake, where the king would wash the gold dust from his body as his attendants would throw the pieces of gold and precious stones into the lake. This ritual was intended as a sacrifice to Muisca's god. I wonder who that is. I wonder who's the Muisca's god. Big possibility it's a hijack. But let's go. To the Muisca, El Dorado was not a city, but the king at the center of this ritual, also called the Gilded One. While El Dorado is meant to refer to the Gilded One, the name has now become synonymous with the lost city of gold and any other place where one can quickly obtain wealth. All right, I mean, did they get it twisted? Are they just talking about a king doing some type of thing to his god, or are they talking about a city of gold? All right, so here's a depiction. You got Muisca and his raft of gold. I mean, hey, all gold, everything. Trinidad James. Muisca's raft, representation of the initiation of the new Zipa in the lake of Guatemala. Remember the people of Guatemala? Possible source of the legend of El Dorado. It was found in the cave of Pasca, Colombia, 1856, together with many other gold objects dated between 1200 and 1500 BC. So this is a actual artifact of the Muisca. Doing all gold everything. Before I forget, let me put it in the Muisca. I just want to see, what pops up with these Muisca. Alright, Wiki, let's just jump in there. The Muisca are the Chibcha speaking people that form the Muisca Confederation of the Central Andean Highlands of present-day Colombia's Eastern Range, in particular the Altiplano Cundiboyacense, long word, as 1 out of 4 advanced civilizations of the Americas apart from the Aztec, Mayan, and Incas. These were 1 out of 4 of the advanced civilizations. And the advanced civilizations always, for some reason, seem to connect with, these Hebrew migrations. And, who knows, some are even connected to Thoth, you know what I'm saying? So we got the Thoth wrapped up in a lot of this stuff. So that's what we're, suffering through, asking the right questions. They were encountered by the Spanish Empire in 1537. At the time of the conquest, subgroupings of the Muisca were most identified by their allegiances to the 3 great rulers, the Zaki, centered in Hunza, ruling a territory roughly covering modern southern and northern eastern Boyaca and southern Santander, then Zipa, centered in Bacata and encompassing most of modern Cundinamarca, the western Llanos. Alright, I know I'm butchering all that, but, that's just a little quick drop on it. The Muisca. I wonder if I put images, do they give me any drop? Yeah, okay. So, they got this Tonto Indian hijack. But, this seems to be a lot of the same sun situation, right? City, sun, Egypt, Thoth. You know what I mean? So, that's just my take on it as of now. But let's go. Must God. Fair use. All right, here we go. So, let's get our drums. I mean, this dismount gotta make sense. The Chronicle of Akakor. Chronicle of Akakor by Carl Brugger, prefaced by Eric von Daniken. So we'll just get, a little intro on this. And you already know, man, this is going to be a nice long one, a nice good series. So buckle up, send me some links on the City of Gold in English, por favor. Alright, so it's a good book, man. Here you got the contents, the Book of the Jaguar, the Book of the Eagle, the Book of the Ant, the Book of the Water Serpent. Alright. And it's broken down into little parts, man. You got the white barbarians in the empire of the Incas. I mean, we're going to have to drop on some of this. The wisdom of the Uga Mangalada. Again, I know I feel Thoth all over this thing, Scientists are not the only ones to strike it rich in exploring the unknown. Carl Brugger, born in 1942, after completing his studies in contemporary history and sociology, went to South America as a journalist and learned about Akakor since 1974. Brugger has also been the correspondent of West German radio and television stations. He is now regarded as a specialist in Indian affairs. Okay. This is a map of still unexplored regions in Amazonia. Still unexplored regions in Amazonia. They still have unexplored regions in the Amazon. Let's go. That's how big it is. This is Carl Brugger, all right, the German journalist who lives in Brazil. He's the one getting the drive from Tatunka. All right. So let's just get it, man. Let's just get it. Jump over the intro. Let's just go in it. The flag of Akakor. All right, see all that sun? You see all that suns? All right. So this is the this journal, this coming from this dude who think he got the drop. The Book of the Jaguar. All that. All right. And I'm going to start right here for the foreign masters. The foreign masters of Schwerta. But get all this, man. But we're going to belly flop. Let's go. The Chronicle of Akakor, the written history of my people, starts at the hour 0 when the gods left us at the time Ina, the first prince of Uga Mangulala, resolved to have everything that was going to happen written down in good words and in clear script. And thus the Chronicle of Akakor bears witness to the history of the oldest people of the world. From the beginning, the hour 0. Who's hour 0? When the former masters left us until the present time when the white barbarians, who's he talking like? Ain't he talking just like Thoth, the land of the barbarians, the white barbarians? But he's white, but they're white. So what's the drop? Either he's white, and he's just saying it as a different white. Well, you guys are barbarians. We are enlightened. Or in truth, he's referencing copper-colored people and their reference to these people as white barbarians are attempting to destroy our people. The white barbarians are attempting to destroy our people. So we got to be talking about the copper-colored races. It explains the testament of the ancient fathers, their knowledge and their true wisdom, and it describes the origin of time when my people was the only one on the continent. The only one on the continent of America. We got to be talking about the copper-colored races. The only one on the continent, and the great river still flowed on either side when the country was still flat and soft like a lamb's back. All this is written down in the Chronicle, the history of my people since the departure of the gods. The departure of the gods. Their ascended masters, the hour zero, which corresponds to the year 10,481 BC, before hijack. So you add that to the 2000, so they're going off with this timeline about 12,000 years. But look, it says according to the calendar of the white barbarians. All right. The calendar of the white barbarians, people. That is what your calendar is referred to today. This is the story. This is the history of the chosen servants. In the beginning, all was chaos. Bang. That's all I really want to give you out of this. To get you thinking about. In the beginning, all was chaos. So to them, it started with chaos. To these fallen angels, wandering stars, it started with chaos. Chaos, man. It didn't start with order. It started with chaos. That's how you know you're in the mind of a hijack. Men lived like animals without reason and without knowledge, without laws and without the tilling of the soil, without clothing themselves or even covering their nakedness. They knew nothing of the secrets of nature. They lived in groups of 2 or 3. An accident had brought them together in caves or rock crevices. They walked on all fours until the gods arrived. They brought the light. The gods brought the light. Fallen angels brought the light. Now look how they make a fallen angel infomercial. We do not know when all this happened, where the strangers came from is only dimly known. A dense mystery lies over the origin of our former masters, which even the priest knowledge can't disperse. According to tradition, the time must have been about 3,000 years before the hour zero, 13,000 BC, according to the calendar of the white barbarians. Suddenly glimmering golden ships. Suddenly glimmering golden ships. Suddenly glimmering golden ships. So look out. Here comes their glimmering golden ships appeared in the sky. Enormous blasts of fire illuminated the plain. The earth shook and thunder echoed over the hills. Man bowed down in veneration before the powerful strangers who came to take possession of the earth. The strangers said their home was called Shwerta, a world far distant in the depths of the universe where their ancestors lived and from where they had come to bring their knowledge to the world. Our priests say that it was a powerful empire made up of many planets. Another world, worlds beyond the pole, as numerous as grains of dust on the road. And they also say that both worlds, that of our former masters and the earth itself, met one and another every 6,000 years to God's return. So what's this big, these red orbs popping up right now around the sun? With the arrival of the strange visitors to our world, the golden age began. 130 families of the ancient fathers came to the earth to free man of darkness. So they came to free you, man. Is that what you believe? And cut down your trees and mine your gold. And the gods recognized them as their own brothers. They settled their wandering tribes. They gave them fair shares of all things edible. So they did settle certain barbarians. But did they settle Israel? Did they settle these Hebrews where Columbus took his Hebrew interpreter to conquer? They worked diligently to teach man their laws, not the creator law, their law. They worked diligently to teach man their law, even though their teaching was met by opposition. Wait, if these people were lawless, why was it met with opposition? There must have been another law. But let's go. For all this labor and for the sake of everything they suffer for mankind, they suffer. These angels are suffering. And for what they brought and showed us, we venerate them as the bringers of our light, Thoth. And our cleverest artisans have fashioned images of the gods that bear witness throughout all eternity to their true greatness and wonderful power. Thus the image of our former masters has remained known to this day. In appearance, listen up. In appearance, the strangers from Shwarta hardly differed from men.